His name is Toe Beans. Mr. Toe Beans. He was born without any feet, given almost no chance of survival, and ended up not only thriving, but completely running the house. This is the story of a footless, vision-impaired, perpetually opinionated tabby who defied every expectation anyone ever had for him, stole his family's hearts, and somehow convinced thousands of strangers on the internet to follow his footless little life. Stick around, because this story has everything: a rescue, a comeback, and a Chihuahua. Mr. Toe Beans came into the world already playing on hard mode. Born without any feet, just 4 small nubs where his legs end. He also arrived with a shorter than normal tail, a right ear that didn't quite form correctly, vision impairment, and blood pressure issues. The working theory is that he simply didn't have enough room in his mother's womb and didn't develop quite the way he was supposed to. Nashville Humane took him in and, given the uncertainty around his health and his future, placed him in their fospice program, a combination of foster care and hospice. Nobody was sure how much time he actually had. He was, by all medical expectations, a question mark. But Mr. Toe Beans had not read those expectations, and he was not interested in them. The family who would eventually become his forever home started fostering him when he was around a year old. His mom still has the very first video she ever took of him when he arrived. This small, uncertain creature exploring a new space. And she has said she's deeply grateful she brought him home that day.
This is Mr. Toe Beans, already purring. I'm just having so much fun in my foster home. So I don't have any feet, but, life's hard.
What followed was over a year of fospice life together. And somewhere along the way, the question mark turned into an exclamation point. He wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. Eventually, the decision wasn't even a hard one. They adopted him. The fospice foster graduated. Mr. Toe Beans had a family. Now, let's talk about what daily life actually looks like for a cat with no feet, because it is more complicated and more entertaining than one might expect. Mobility is the big question everyone asks about, and the honest answer is it depends entirely on the surface. On soft ground like blankets, beds, fluffy pillows, grippy pads, Mr. Toe Beans gets around just fine. He can roll his toys around, he can get himself back into his bed, he can even work up enough enthusiasm to attempt something resembling the zoomies in a circle inside said bed. Hardwood floors, however, are a different story. No traction, no grip. On hard surfaces, he simply doesn't go anywhere under his own power. His family has tried to solve this problem in creative ways. They tried socks, a giant hamster ball, even a skateboard, which showed some early promise given that one of his front limbs and one of his back limbs are both very short, making it hard to push off from any surface. He was also evaluated for prosthetics and wasn't considered a good candidate. Through all of it, the conclusion has been the same. Mr. Toe Beans moves best in his own way, on his own terms, and on surfaces that cooperate with him. For everywhere else, he has developed an extremely effective alternative transportation system. He meows loudly until someone picks him up and carries him like a baby to wherever he wants to go. And if they carry him somewhere wrong, he lets them know that too. The house has been arranged around him in thoughtful ways. Different areas are set up with soft surfaces so he can be more independent. He has his own setup in a guest bathroom. Grippy cloth pads on the floor, puppy pads on top, a crate he can easily get in and out of since it sits close to the ground. He likes to sleep in that crate, and his family tried a lot of litter box solutions before landing on puppy pads as the most practical option for his level of mobility. He has several favorite spots around the house, and he rotates between them with great authority, announcing when it's time to move on to the next one. He also, despite the lack of feet, has found a way to roll himself under the couch when he wants to hide and scare his mom. So the mobility issues have not dampened his sense of mischief whatsoever. And now about Mr. Toe Bean's brother Elric and the entertaining bond the two of them formed. Elric is a Chihuahua, which already makes this household dynamic extraordinary. The two of them have developed their own private version of wrestling, and according to people who have witnessed it, Mr. Toe Beans is generally the one who starts it, and generally the one who wins. They spend a great deal of time wanting exactly whatever the other one currently has. Mr. Toe Beans will fixate on a toy that belongs to Elric. Elric will make a move on Mr. Toe Beans' prize star toy. The negotiations are never-ending and rarely peaceful. Mr. Toe Beans has one more brother, but they're not at war over toys, or anything else for that matter. Spyro is a calm, big brother who just keeps an eye on the kids. Beyond the sibling rivalry, Mr. Toe Beans has very clear preferences about the rest of his life. He ignores most of the toys his mom buys him. He prefers dog toys over cat toys, which, given that cat toys are largely designed around batting with paws, makes perfect sense. He has a bed positioned so he can sunbathe outside when the weather is nice, though he will begin complaining when he's had enough and wants to go back in. Sometimes his dad takes him to work and he watches the world through big windows. His mom carefully positions him on the cat stand and hovers nearby while he looks out at the neighborhood, where he has, on occasion, spotted a cat with feet walking around outside. He gets the zoomies. He sticks his tongue out when he gets sleepy. He sometimes startles at nothing, thanks to the vision impairment. He grooms himself with real dedication, though since he has no feet and no claws, his family keeps a close eye on him and helps with anything he can't reach himself, which he tolerates with what can only be described as indignant dignity. He loves belly rubs. He loves his dad possibly more than anything else in the world. He has a particular and deeply personal fear of the sound of crinkling plastic. He is, in short, a whole entire personality in a cat who was never supposed to have much time at all. Mr. Toe Beans is almost 3 years old now. His family celebrates the day he came home rather than trying to pin down an exact birthday. He still takes his medications, still has his routine, and he is still, by every measure, thriving. He might not have any feet, but he is a home, a dad who gives the best scratches, a brother to wrestle with, a collection of dog and cat toys, and an iron grip on the hearts of everyone who knows him. Not bad for a little cat who wasn't supposed to make it.